to go, but Steph and one. Slow start for Curry in this game, coming on late. Later, Warriors down by 2. Kelly Oubre ties the game at 108. Oubre at 23 points, 9 of 18 shooting. 108. Draymond Green! And the Warriors have the lead. 2-point lead. Draymond Green gets away with the travel. They had just called a travel on LeBron and then don't call one on Draymond. That seems backwards. LeBron then misses badly, but Davis is there with the offensive rebound. Lakers back within 2. Davis had 17 in the game. This was the big shot. Up by 2. Curry finally gets free, throwing 2 guys at him all night long. He was only 3 of 12 shooting 3. LeBron at the buzzer for the win, goes begging.
Hey LeBron, you had a couple of travels in the fourth quarter, specifically that first one. I think after. You just want to talk us through this then?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I seen him on the replays, and it's the move I've been making pretty much my whole career. And if that's the call that's going to be called travel, then I would like to see it across the whole board. Every game, and it consistent like that. I mean, it's so funny because the very next play, Draymond gets into the lane and slides his foot, and it's not called, and the same official who called me for the travel is right there on the play and told me he didn't travel. So that's definitely something that I got to be more leery about. But I have not been called for travels like that in my career.
Hey LeBron, as a team, I think you guys only had 4 fast break points, and on that last possession before the timeout, it looked like you might have a transition opportunity. Do you guys feel like you were attacked enough in transition on offense tonight?
I think at times, including myself, we settled for the perimeter shot in transition instead of attacking to the rim. But we've been pretty good at that all year. And some games you're going to have. We would love to be in transition more, but you got to get stops to be in transition. And in the fourth quarter, they did a good job of not allowing us to get too many stops.
Okay.
Kyle Kuzma said that it's a 72-game season, and maybe it's going to be hard to keep the urgency up. Is there some human nature complacency going on here that could have been part of the recipe tonight?
No.
Dan?
LeBron, you guys probably won't play very many games this season where you and AD combined to score, I think, 36 points or something like that offensively. Why was it so disjointed, do you think, for the two guys offensively tonight?
I mean, both of us was just a little bit out of rhythm, and I think, we're going to have games like that this year where we're out of rhythm. The best thing about our team is we had guys that picked us up. Dennis was great. Trez, again, coming off the bench was great. Kuz, got hot for us a little bit in that third, made some shots for us. So, in times where we both are just a little bit out of rhythm, we have the ability to have our teammates that picked us up and still give us a chance to win, which we had tonight.
Last 3, Melissa.
Hey LeBron, we're approaching the 1-year anniversary of Kobe's death, and you obviously have done so much to honor him, including winning a title in his honor. I'm curious, when you think back to the events of that day, how do you process the emotions of it and just sort of the emotions of the year that followed afterwards?
Try not to take myself back to that position or that place or that time frame. Obviously, he's looking down on us, along with Gigi, and just proud of what we're trying to do here as an organization. And hopefully we continue to make him proud as well and make her proud to wear the purple and the gold every night. So I don't want to live in the past. I definitely don't want to live out that day again. So, it's about always continue to move forward and continue to live on his legacy.
Last 2, Mark.
Hey LeBron, in two-part here in lieu of Martin Luther King Day, you had shared in the bubble that you were reading the autobiography of Malcolm X. So I was wondering, is there a book about Martin Luther King or one of the speeches that really resonates with you? And what do you draw from how both Martin Luther King and Malcolm X brought about change?
I've never read an autobiography of Martin Luther King. Obviously I grew up in school you get taught a little bit about him, especially during Black History Month, things of that nature. But as I continue to grow and continue to coming to myself. You just read a lot of his teachings, a lot of his speeches, a lot of his forecomings and things that he believed in and things that he preached that would be better for the change of America and the change for the better people. So, when you just look at some of his most famous quotes and things that he was able to say to the people and believe in, it's things that we're going through right now. It's things that if we apply, then it will make our society a lot better. He was a man of the people, and he had a lot of power. He had a lot of power, and that's why he was ultimately gunned down, unfortunately, because of the power and the power that he had for the people. People resonated with him. People believed in him. People wanted to walk with him and talk with him and be with him. You just live on. His legacy, along with Malcolm X, continues to live on about what they.
What did you learn from that one game alone about Harden's arrival?
Well, I learned that the Brooklyn Nets are going to the NBA Finals, with or without Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving may be the determining factor in winning the chip, but they won't need him to get to the finals. All you need is for him not to be a distraction. I don't care whether he is a distraction or not. James Harden and Kevin Durant going to the finals. I don't see anybody stopping them. It's just that simple. And did you see KD? Mm-hmm. Did you see him? I recall sitting on this set with a guy by the name of Max Kellerman. Maximilian. I don't know. Maximus. Maximus, whatever the hell his name is. Okay. I recall sitting and I said, yo, I understand the stuff about the Achilles. But this is not a dude whose game is predicated on his athleticism. He's a sniper who's 6'11", with a 7'6" wingspan and ball handling skills. There's nothing you can do to him in his sleep. He will average 25. Well, guess what? I was wrong. He's averaging 30. Okay, I was wrong. He's averaging 30, okay? On 54% shooting and 48% from three-point range in his first 10 games back from an Achilles tear after an 18-month layoff. He's averaging 30.
Yeah.
He ain't even get warmed up yet.
He looks okay to me.
He ain't even get warmed up yet, okay? And so now you got Harden in there. Yeah. And Harden, with his ability to pass the ball, with questioning his, he dribbles the ball, whatever. Harden will pass. Harden will accumulate assists. And we know what he can do point-wise, particularly one-on-one. Lord have mercy. Brooklyn going to the finals. Brooklyn is going to the finals. That's all I do. That's what I learned.
Well, first of all, KD, actually, one of the remarkable things about him so far is his athletic ability, his athleticism, as it were, doesn't look affected at all. He looks like the same guy. He's had an amazing recovery. Let me say this. They still have a fighting chance to get to the finals with Harden and without Kyrie. But I can't say, they're definitely going to the finals without Kyrie. And this is why, Stephen A. The Harden move accomplished a couple things. It was a muscular move, right? It did more than one thing at one time. It was a hedge against Kyrie imploding or not being available because you brought in a superstar that gives you a premium at the highest level, even above Kyrie or almost everyone in the NBA, to pair with a guy even better than him in KD. And that could make up for a lack of depth, which didn't used to be the problem when the season started. First, the Dinwiddie injury. Then they trade LeVert and Allen, and then LeVert has some scary medical news, some kind of a growth on his kidney. You hope he's okay. But there are three guys of their six best players who aren't there. Look, that's three out of a nice starting five. LeVert and Dinwiddie, kind of quasi all-star level, and Allen, who's very good. They're all gone. So to make up for that, they got, counterintuitively, instead of looking for more depth to fill it in, they said, no, we're going to go high end to make up for it. They bring in Harden. What Harden showed with KD is, he can play with KD easy, and they're going to be really good. But that's two guys they have now. They don't have any of their other best players, including maybe Kyrie. So because of how thinned out the team is, in order to bring on Harden, partly as a hedge against Kyrie's absence, you actually really do need two things. For Kyrie to be there for those guys, so it's 3 stars, and for Kyrie not to gum up the works, not to throw a monkey wrench into everything, because Harden and KD seem to know how to play together.
Oh, Max Kellerman, why don't you just tell the truth to the American people? You holding on to Milwaukee, bro? I mean, you wrong 2 years in a row. You said that you went from Giannis being the best player in the world to number 5 over a weekend. And then this in the bubble, you picked them to beat Miami. You were wrong about those two things. Is that what this is about, Max? You holding on hope? Because they got Drew Holiday and they still kept Middleton and they got Giannis, the Greek freak. Are you still holding on to Milwaukee coming out of the East? Is that what this is all about? You going for the 3 strikes and you're out?
I'd rather.
Considering how much you love baseball?
I would much rather Brooklyn come out of the East. A New York team that's not the Knicks playing for a championship against the Lakers probably would be amazing. I'm not holding on to Milwaukee. I'm just saying it's going to take more than 2 guys.
Yeah, 2 guys.